All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today, along with my girlfriend, Dawn. We're going to bring her on right away. Big round of applause for Dawn. Big round of applause. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Wow.
Here I am.
Here you are. You are here. How are you doing, babe?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. It's been a great day. Beautiful weather. We had a great afternoon today. Great dinner. I'm just feeling good, on top of the world.
You're feeling on top of the world?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, that's great to hear. I know it's been quite some time since we've had you on the show. We have a lot to talk about, but before we get to all of that, babe, let me just make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube, and it seems to be rolling smoothly. Let me also make sure that the notification has gone out. It has. Let me check out the sound real quick. Give me a second. Yeah. Wow. Here I am. Here you are. All right. Everything is rolling smoothly. And one more thing here, like I've been mentioning the past few nights that I've done some live streams. If you're wondering what this piece of medical tape is on my face, I cut myself shaving earlier on this past week, and I'm just keeping it covered. And I've added some bacitracin to prevent it from getting infected. So that's the reason why I look a little funny, but that's okay, baby. I'm funny looking, and I own it, right, baby? That's all that matters, right?
Right, baby. Yeah. Safety first.
Yeah, safety first. And my lady used to be a nurse. Those of you that have been following us for quite some time now, almost a year, that my lady's been doing shows with me, even though it's been quite a while. Know that my lady used to be a nurse, and she's been amazing throughout this mishap that I had. So thank you for that, baby. I greatly appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, baby. Easy breezy.
Yeah.
Nursing 101.
That's right. Now, we're going to be answering respectful questions in the chat tonight. Just going to make it very, very clear that we will be ignoring and blocking all trolls, so you might as well not waste your time coming in here. We're just going to focus on what we need to talk about here tonight, and that is that. So Baba Booey is in the chat, and there is a 1-minute delay in case we need to dump the delay like we always do here on my channel. Baba Booey, not Booby, says, "Hey, Eli, it's been a while." Yeah, it has. And it's been a while that my lady has joined us on a live stream. We're going to catch up with her tonight. It's been, wow, how long has it been since you've been on the show, babe?
Oh, gosh, it's been a few months. It's been, I think, at least since December.
Yeah, I think you popped on for a little bit on one show a couple months ago, but before that, we hadn't formally set up a show to do with you probably for over 4 months or so. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's been. I think it was December or before December, like November, because I started doing the DoorDash thing temporarily mid-December. And I was more focused on that instead of doing content. You and I both switched gears. But yeah, babe, I was looking at the first piece of content that you and I did. I think we did. Did we do a piece of content before we did your 2-part transformational, life-changing transformational story?
I believe we did.
I think we did one piece of content, and I think that happened the first week of May. So we are almost at the 1-year anniversary of my lady. The 1-year anniversary of my lady starting to create content with me, and then like 3 months after that, because she's so much more popular than I am, right, babe? You tremendously helped get this channel monetized, and we've had 2 monetized channels now here, at the Coach Eli television network on YouTube. So yeah, it's been interesting, huh? Go ahead. What
quite a roller coaster, up and down.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that? Because you were new to creating content on YouTube about a year ago when you started doing this with me. But you weren't new to social media. You've been on Facebook and other social media platforms. But comparing what you've seen and been through on YouTube, is it a tremendous difference? Like, was it an experience unlike anything you've ever experienced compared to other platforms?
Oh, yeah. Oh, any other platform. YouTube is actually worse than going to high school physically. Like, I would rather have it said to my face than behind a keyboard somewhere else and have somebody like just hide. It's like it's actually worse than high school. So
yeah. Oh my gosh, look who's here. Oh my gosh,
here?
Queen. You don't see it yet because you're watching on the TV. You can see the chat there, but Queen Helen Casey's in the house. Big round of applause.
Hi, Queen.
Big round of applause. Let me give her a big round of applause. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Queen. And Holly's Hauntings and Happenings is here as well. Hello, Holly. Big round of applause to you as well, Holly.
We love you,
my
Holly.
lady. Absolutely. My lady and Holly have become very good friends behind the scenes, and they talk regularly. God bless you, Holly. Same with you, Queen Helen Casey. It's great to see you. I still follow you on Twitter. I still check out your stories. I had to shift gears myself as well. So hopefully, I can get more involved with you on Twitter, and you're always welcome here, Queen. Queen is still a mod here. See, Queen, you still have your mod wrench. We love you. We love you. Don't we love her? Babe?
Yes, of course we love Queen, babe. I was like, there? I had to pause because I'm like, that's the stupidest question I've heard. Like, honestly. I couldn't believe you asked me that question. I was like, what? Did he really just say that?
Baby, we're on YouTube, and a lot of people think that because, we're trying to educate people on life's principles that we're pretty boring. I had to make it entertaining for a second, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get that now.
You get it, right?
I get it. Yeah, I understand.
I've been doing this semi-full time for over 6 years, babe. And you've been doing it for a year now. Trust me, you're going to gain even more experience. You're going to understand how this shit works, right?
Yeah.
Queen Helen Casey in the chat says, yes, I have been extremely busy. Well, that's good, Queen. That's good. Hopefully all is well for you out there in New York. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Folks, this is going to be just an informal show tonight. My girlfriend Dawn and I are here live to catch up with you folks and also discuss future content that we're going to be creating. But what I want to do, babe, is catch people up on, what have you been up to since you and I last did a formal show probably about 4 months ago. Like I said, I believe you popped on the show to share your opinion about a Reddit posting I did a few months ago, but we really haven't done a formal planned show together for about 4 months. So there's a lot to catch up on, huh?
Yeah. I mean, my main thing that I've been working on is just getting healthy, but the big news is, which everybody knows, is that we've moved in together, which is fantastic. We've got a nice little thing going on here. You and I and the 2 dogs.
Yep.
It's a nice little family here.
It is. So it absolutely.
I'm loving it.
Is. I'm glad you love.
I'm just working on my health, getting better. We've got a good system with my healthcare now, and a good regimen with my medications, and I'm feeling really good. Things are going really in a positive way right now.
Well, that's That's great, babe. That's wonderful. So, you actually had your first doctor appointment with your new doctor. And remember, you used to go to that crazy doctor in your former town, and you finally were able to get a great doctor at a facility here in the Bay Area that is a nonprofit organization, and they really, really, truly care about their patients. And that was, I believe, in January, right? Wasn't it mid-January?
Yeah, my first appointment was, it was in January. It was, mid-January, exactly.
Right.
And I've had, I think, 2 other appointments with her since then. And everything I've been looking for, she's answered, she's referred, and it's just been so, so wonderful and just informative. She just explains everything so well.
Very thorough.
Yes.
Yeah, she's very, very thorough. Queen Helen Casey in the chat says, or Holly says, we love Queen. And Queen Helen Casey says, I've been working on really big stories on Twitter, and my views definitely going up, but some days they don't, and it's okay. Well, yeah, Elon Musk now.
It happens.
You have to charge to get traction. You have to pay to get traction on Twitter. It used to be $8 introductory. Now it's $11 for Twitter Blue. Still very reasonable, and you get a lot for it. You get like 1080p video uploads, and you get better placement, in the feed and all that. So I don't know. I may end up paying for it at some point. Right now, it's not feasible for me, but I may start to pay for it over the next few months, based on my new content strategy we'll be discussing here tonight with my lady. But babe, when you went to your first doctor appointment, one of the things that you were struggling with was eating and your weight, and you were quite underweight, to the point of where, I felt you were a little malnourished, and that, might have been part of the reasons why you've been having seizures and stuff like that. We've been trying to, figure out what's causing the seizures, right? And and so your doctor put you on a plan, and she actually referred you to other doctors within the network. Why don't you share, what has happened in such a short amount of time? It's been amazing.
Well, basically, I've gained about 10 pounds that has stayed on me permanently. It's not one of those up and down things that I used to do. So it's a constant weight gain, which is great. She has me she has everything covered as far as, I don't really honestly want to get too in depth with all the different doctors I'm going to. I think that's a little too much information for these people. But yeah, any concern, she sends me right to that doctor if that's nothing that she can do for me, or if it's more than what she can do for me. But if it's something standard that I have a concern about, she takes care of that right away.
Right. And now you're still seeing the same therapist that you've been seeing for over a year now, right?
Oh, yeah. It's been almost 2 years now.
Yeah. And what was great, your therapist recommended you to, also start seeing a psychiatrist. Because psychiatrists can actually further assess what's going on with anxiety and depression. They can actually prescribe you the right medication. And I remember you went to your primary care physician, and she referred you to somebody in-house, but she told you it was going to be about 6 months before you were going to be able to get in, right?
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah.
And what happened? And what happened?
I got in within a week.
I couldn't believe that. Like
It was just a phone. It was a phone one, which
video
is
chat.
fine. I actually, video chat, and I actually prefer those. Like with those kind of appointments, there's really no need for you to go down there if you're just doing therapy session. Honestly. And so actually that worked out really well. and I really like this person. And yeah, they got down to a lot of other things, not just in my brain, but other things that could be going on as far as vitamin deficiencies in me that could be causing things that are going on with my body.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was really informative for me to have that. And so and he did put me on another medication with my antidepressant, and so I feel that it's been working pretty good.
Yeah, no,
So
I can definitely tell. And I believe when I first met you, babe, weren't you like 103, 104 pounds?
yes.
And now you're
Yeah, and
about
I'm
one
averaging
eighteen.
115. No, 115 I'm averaging.
Okay, but you've hit as high as 118, water weight
I
fluctuation, and
have.
all that stuff. Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's when I go into the doctor midday, so, whatever I've eaten and drinking that day
yeah,
is gonna be there.
yeah. We're trying to get you
But
up
when
to
I
about
weigh my
120, right?
yeah, yeah. Yep.
Go ahead.
No, that I was just agreeing with you. 120
Oh,
would be optimal for me.
yeah, yeah. And we are, I mean, from 103 to 115. That's 12 pounds, right? Now you were probably, I think you
And
were 10.
just that's 12 pounds in just basically 2.5 months.
Yeah. And why is that? Because she went to see a wonderful primary care physician at a great nonprofit facility in where we live. It's called the Palo Alto Medical Foundation, and I've been a part of them, since I've been, a little kid. And they just, I'm just amazed at the turnaround. I mean, you look a lot healthier, you feel a lot healthier, and it's been an amazing transformation. What else do you feel has been vital to you turning things around with your health?
Um, I think with you and I living together, me being out here with you, um, and my dogs, and just the consistency in my life now that we have, I think that's helped. And it just has given me a balance. I don't feel as scattered anymore.
So, in essence, you're saying that you feel supported, more supported.
I feel supported. I feel safe. Yeah.
How important do you feel is having a good support system vital to overcoming anything, including health issues and stuff like that?
That's the most important thing that you can have is your support system, because without one of those, you really can just drop down into a major depression,
Mhm.
isolation, all of that, because you feel like you have nobody to turn to. But when
Right.
you got great family, great friends, a good spouse, all of that stuff, then yeah, it's easy for you to come back on top of the world.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Queen was asking in the chat, do you have tape hanging by your nose? And Holly answered, Queen, that is medical tape because he cut himself shaving. Yeah, I cut myself shaving. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, but for people that come in the middle of the show and haven't seen my past few shows where I've also mentioned it several times throughout those shows, I'll mention it just so people know. It's almost healed up, so not that much longer. I'm just taking precautions so I don't get infected. I'm listening to Nurse Dawn over here, okay?
Yeah, but I told him he doesn't need to have that hanging there because nobody would even see it on the screen.
Well, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just take it up later, but we'll figure that out. Anyway, so yeah, so you've really started to turn things around. Now, what's another thing that you're looking to overcome? I know that your sleeping pattern is still a little bit off, and that's something that we've been working on. I know you've had your asthma that you've been dealing with, and we've gotten that under control with, several different inhalers. The what do you call it? The sinus issues. That's one of the big things, right? That's one of the things that congests you, and you have this chronic cough at times, sometimes happening in the middle of the night, and then you just can't go back to sleep for several hours, and it just messes up your sleeping pattern. What are your thoughts about that? How do you feel that's been coming along, and what's the future regarding that?
I still totally suffer from that, and you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's just a matter of when I start to relax, the sinuses drain, the postnasal drip, and then I'll start coughing. And if I cough long enough, I just wake up. And then I have to sit up for a little while until it all goes away, and then I go back to sleep. But that can take up to an hour to an hour and a half. And so, yeah, it does mess with my sleeping cycles. And so that's why sometimes, I'll go to sleep around 10 or 11 at night, but I'll get up at 2, and I'll be up from 2 to 5. And then I'll go back to sleep at 5, get up at like 7:30, and then go back to sleep at 9 for like another hour.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that it seems like everybody thinks like, oh man, what is she doing? Is she drunk or whatever? It's like, no, I'm just catching up on what I lost from just getting woken up from coughing. So, I got to take my inhaler, which is a steroid, is going to give you energy. So I get a little like my adrenaline goes up. So I just have to wait for all of that to come down and calm down. And so I put a show on, sit on the couch, and I watch it. And then eventually I fall asleep.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So all in all, you've just been resting a lot, getting the proper care, and you've been on a better diet. You've been eating better. I still think that I still think that you could probably eat a little bit more, in my opinion, but you are eating a lot more and a lot better than you were, and it definitely shows. And I know you're not on camera tonight, babe, but I know at some point soon you're going to make your YouTube camera debut, right? Inquiring minds want to know, right?
Absolutely.
Why don't you share your thoughts about that, if you'd like?
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. I don't have a problem going on camera. I mean, obviously, y'all know my name, so it's fine. I don't care if you see my face. We just decided not to do it tonight, Just we'll wait and do it a little later. But I have no problem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And,
we're not hiding anything.
Well, of course we're not hiding anything, but
it's not like I'm Quasimodo or something.
No, you're definitely not. But no, I need to figure out the best way to get her on camera. Eventually, I want to get another Shure SM7B. We were talking about this before we went live tonight, babe. I want to get a second Shure SM7B and have you sit here with me in the studio. But it isn't feasible yet because it's a $400 mic. Plus, you need a cloud lifter to amplify the sound at $150, and so it's not quite feasible to do that setup yet. So I think what we're going to end up doing is setting you up in the bedroom and getting something to hold your phone and just creating some rig so you can come on through StreamYard, and I'll just incorporate you here through open broadcast software that I use. So that's coming soon. That's one of the things we wanted to discuss about regarding
upcoming stuff.
Future, our future content. Whoosh Whoosh, the ghost of Whoosh Whoosh in the house. He says, hello, Coach. Hey, man, I'm here with the lady tonight. Dawn is here with me, and we've just been catching everyone up, what Dawn's been up to, over the last 4 months or so. I believe she only made one appearance briefly a couple months ago, and Before that, she had not been on, since before the days I started the DoorDash thing for a little while. But thank you for being here. Whoosh whoosh. Welcome to the show. Coach J-Ron was here earlier, by the way, but he's on the East Coast and he's been, truck driving for this other company for a while, and he's got to get to bed by a certain time. So we'll try to get some earlier shows done for Coach J-Ron. He mentioned at the beginning of the show, let's see, why do you got to go live so late in the day, bro? And then I said, West Coast is the best coast for streaming. That's what one wise man once said out here on YouTube, LOL. It is if you go live at 3 p.m. Pacific, which would be 6 Eastern. Now, I get that. I get that. And shout out to Casey, baby. She was the first one here that commented earlier. She said, awesome. I'll be here if I'm still awake. And I believe Casey is married now, and she's got her thing going on, and was really nice for her to pop on in. Yes, you're still a mod here. Everything's still the same, folks. Nothing has changed. We just had to take a little break to shift focus elsewhere, because, we had some unexpected bills and we need to take care of them. We're in a little better position now, but, I'm back out here doing this, and this is what her and I want to do for a living. So anyway, let's see. Ghost of Whoosh Whoosh says you still have that tape on. Yeah. Just another day or two, and then it'll be fine. I just want to make sure
not necessary.
I understand. I'm a freak. I want to make sure I don't get infected. So that's that. But anyway,
the tape will cause infection.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm not going to argue that. Accuracy by volume is in the house. Hello, Eli. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show, Accuracy by Volume. How you doing tonight? Welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to get them in the chat. Never heard of you, so let us know how you found out about the channel, and it's great to have you here. Anyway. Let me check something out here real quick. Remember that, baby? You used to like it before you moved in.
Yeah, now I can't stand it.
Why is that?
Because you do it all day long. That's all I hear. Oh. Besides my name.
Oh, yeah. Well, I love you, so I love your name. I love everything about you. Holly's Hauntings and Happenings says, hi, Accuracy. Cool. Yeah. So let me ask you this, baby. What type of content, what subjects do you feel in your eyes are going to be very important to talk about?
I think whatever's pertinent that's going on in the world right now. Whether it's, in relationships with, different age gaps or different working relationships, like whether you work with your spouse, live with your spouse, all that, like how that works out. I think that's kind of an interesting thing to talk about. That kind of work-life balance. That's interesting.
So you would like to see more of a focus regarding work/personal life balance, because like I've also said in the past, babe, that's how I feel most marriages and dating relationships fail, is too much work and no time, no fun, for play, right?
Yes. Absolutely. So yeah, because I think that won't only happen to other people, but I think that also will help us in the process to focus on us having more fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, absolutely. And I know your birthday's coming up next month, and
Yep.
If it's within our budget, which we hope for it to be during that point in about a month or so. We're going to go away for a few days or so.
Yeah, I'm looking
What's
forward to that.
Let me tell you what's interesting. Now you can actually run mid-roll ads, babe, during a live stream on a monetized channel.
Oh, really?
And so for this stream, I selected to do that, test it out. And right now on the bottom left of my YouTube studio, it says ads will run shortly for some viewers in 30. It gives you like a minute countdown, and I can click on skip ads. But no, I'm going to see who gets an ad in the middle of the stream. That's cool. That's cool. YouTube's been getting a lot better. Like they're just giving you so many functions and options, especially if you're a monetized channel. It's just gotten really, really great. But yeah, Queen Helen Casey says sick trolls. Yeah, it's all good, man. Let me ask you this, babe. I know we weren't gonna talk about this. There was an ad just inserted. Let me know if you got an ad in the chat. If you don't have YouTube Premium, that is. I'm curious to know. I know we weren't going to talk about this, but for shits and giggles, and it's going to be informative and educational to everyone else. Experiencing the trolling and seeing, what some people do and waste their time on out here on YouTube, especially during live streams. What are your thoughts about that? Like, you can be honest about it. Unlike anything you've ever seen before. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it is like anything I've never seen before. Like I said, I didn't have this many mean girls in my own high school that were trolling after me. In fact, I was so out of the loop until I met you. I didn't even know that was a term that they used.
Yeah.
Was trolling, because it just wasn't like a part of my world. Like even in Facebook, like I have lots of social media and I've never really been a part of that. And I guess because I only, keep to my own people.
Yeah, I didn't even know what trolling was. When I first came on YouTube, babe, I didn't even know what trolling was. If I knew what trolling was, and if I knew, the crazy things some people will do to come at you, I would have probably taken a different approach. But I came onto YouTube semi full time in 2017. And I took the shotgun approach, and I just wanted to help as many people as possible. I did a lot of networking. I saw just a lot of different stuff, and I was just trying to help people. And the only way to help people is by calling them out. But when you call out a bunch of people that are mentally challenged or mentally sick or emotionally messed up, and I'm saying this respectfully, like, they don't understand that your intentions are pure. They feel you're attacking them, so then they come and attack you when, in essence, all I was trying to do was help these people, right? And then you get some people that are just jealous and insecure because of who you are or the way you look or the lifestyle you live or whatever. You're just dealing with all walks of life. And I will tell you, this YouTube experience has been, like you were saying earlier, I'll say it in different words. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. Anything.
Yeah.
Right? I've dealt with mean people before in the real world, really mean people that really, really just, messed me up. And that's not even 1/10 of what I've seen out here on YouTube. Like it's like 10 times worse out here. That's why I always say, if you're going to come and create on YouTube and participate on YouTube, especially if you use your real name and you show your face, people know who you are and they can look into you, right? You can't just have regular thick skin or tough skin. You've got to have thick skin or tough skin times 10. And let me ask you this, babe. I know you've had thick skin all your life. Do you feel this YouTube experience over the last year has toughened your skin or thickened your skin even more? What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, but it's also taught me how to deal with things a little bit better than I would have in the past. I do wear my heart on my sleeve at times.
Me too.
I'm a very passionate, loyal, loving, caring person. And when somebody says something, about me, and they don't even really know me, they're just going off of assumptions or whatever. It does hurt, but I am tough, and I will fight back, and I will defend myself when I need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Queen Helen Casey, Holly says in the chat, not me, I got premium. Yeah, I got premium too. And baby, I got to add you to my premium account because we live together now. I got to get you on my account so that way you don't have to deal with the ads, right?
Yeah.
Queen Helen Casey says, my video's been getting removed. Oh, are on your main channel, Queen? How many strikes do you have? How many community guideline strikes do you have? And you know what, Queen? Because I was doing the DoorDash and Uber Eats food delivery thing for like 3.5 months, and I really wasn't paying that much attention to drama stuff on YouTube or people getting removed and stuff like that. So I didn't know that was happening to you. But from what I have seen and heard lately, especially over the last 24 hours or so, that the new CEO of YouTube is taking things even more strictly than the former CEO, Susan Wojcicki. And what is his name? YouTube. I think he's the Indian guy. He's a good guy. They used to be like Neil Mohan. And he's been with the company for a while. He's actually born in 73 like me, but in February, so he just turned 50. He's from Lucknow, India. And I believe he used to be like a product manager or something like that. He was up there in the YouTube/Google world. But ever since Neil took over YouTube, people were thinking, okay, Susan Wojcicki, was taking a stance, on community guidelines and keeping YouTube a safe place. Neil has come in and he's just, wow. I just can't believe, some of the things I've been hearing, especially the last 24 hours, from multiple, sectors of YouTube, not just one sector, multiple sectors. So, well, we've got 26 people in the box here, babe. Wow, that's great.
That's
babe.
great.
Well, it's you, babe.
Welcome all.
Absolutely. Let's see. The Ghost of Whoosh Whoosh says, why do you think you get trolled so much? Let me have you answer that, babe. Why do you think I get trolled so much? And then I'll answer it.
Haters gonna hate. Haters are gonna hate. It's just bound to happen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think that you have such strong opinions on things
and convictions.
Yes, and conditions and stuff like that.
Conviction, not condition, conviction.
Conviction, yeah, convictions, yes.
Yeah.
And also conditions on your channels.
Mm-hmm. I do.
That you won't tolerate.
Nope.
And so I just think that that's why they might want to come after you more. And I don't know everything that happened when everything started, when you got on to the YouTube world, because I wasn't around, but I just think whatever happened back then, they've just ran with it. And now that's why they treat you this way. So that's just my opinion, but I think you should answer the question because it's based on you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your opinion, babe. Whoosh Whoosh, the Ghost of Whoosh Whoosh. I think the reason why I get trolled so much, and I think the reason why anyone that gets trolled so much gets trolled that much is people have, and I'm saying this humbly and respectfully, and with humility, which is what I'm trying to say. It's envy. Trolling is typically a weird way of showing envy, because if someone doesn't envy someone or like them in some way, shape, or form, why would they waste any time on them, right? So I used to, in my younger days, talk so much shit about, certain friends I had that had more money than me, made more money, better job, had better girlfriends. And I used to talk shit about them because I was jealous of them. I behave that way. So I recognize the same pattern nowadays in other people. And that's what does that make sense, babe? Go ahead.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yep. So, that's totally right.
And you learn from your own mistakes. Look, I think all of us when we're younger, we envy other people that we want to be like. We're jealous if someone has the type of girlfriend or boyfriend we want, has the type of job or makes the type of money that we want, right? And so I think that's what thank you for that, Holly. I think that's what causes people to troll. And they're bored and they're lonely and they're miserable. And I'll tell you this, Whoosh Whoosh and Babe, I really care about people. I really want every human being on the face of the planet to, have a life and actually have a life outside of the internet and outside of YouTube. But there are a lot of people on this platform, and maybe they're watching now, maybe they're not. I haven't paid attention to shit for a while, and it doesn't matter to me, right? To each its own.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of people on this platform that spend all day, every day on YouTube because that's all they've got. Or at least that's all they think they've got, right?
I couldn't imagine doing that.
Neither could I. Like you and I today, babe. What did we do today? Like you made me aware of a concert, right?
Outdoor concert, yeah.
Yeah.
Outdoor concert on the water, like free concert. You just walk up there, and it was gorgeous outside and great music, like really good music, good people. Like it was just a great time. It's lots of fun.
Right. You made me aware. This was when I was still door dashing about 3 weeks ago or so. You made me aware of a concert series happening here in my hometown that I wasn't even aware of. You saw it.
Yeah,
like, it popped up.
Yeah, it popped up on my Facebook feed of things to do in Redwood City.
And you know what? I'm like, this is great. This is great. And I knew the area. We actually went there today, and it was on the other side of Highway 101, which is the east side, which is right along the San Francisco Bay. And Highway 101 is called the Bayshore Freeway. It used to be that, the water used to run alongside, the 101 on the east side. But a lot of that has become landfill, and they built roads and put buildings and stuff. But the bay is still, if you drive further east of 101, like a mile or two, you can access the bay. And that's where we were today. What happened?
Can I take a short break?
You know what, babe? Do you want to take a quick break right now? Then do you want to come back in another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll just finish the show on my own after that? I'll take some more questions.
Yeah, that's fine. I just have to take a quick break really quick.
Okay, so my go ahead, babe. I'm gonna take you off the StreamYard. You can mute it. Let's just do that because there's more to talk about. Okay, so Don is backstage now, and I'm going to cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. And hey, that's Chad. Is that you, Chad? How you doing, bro? Welcome to the show. Yes, you're still a mod here. I'm not mad at you, bro, for not making the show yesterday. I shared my opinions about that yesterday on the stream at night. Maybe you heard it, but we love you. We love you, bro. Let's see. Anyway, let's see here. Let me see here. But thank you for being here, Chad. And Holly, thank you for moderating the chat. You're doing a great job there. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back in about 8 or 9 minutes or so. So let's just get it queued up here. Give me a second here. There's a lot going on, and I'm pretty excited here tonight. It's been a great last few days. Well, it's been a great past few months, but especially the last few days have just been unbelievably awesome for my lady and I. And we hope your days have been going just as awesome too. If I can find the songs I want to play. Yes, here we go. And Holly, you asked my lady behind the scenes before we started the show to play the song that's going to fire you up, my favorite song. And yes, she'll get that right when we come back. So wait for about 8 or 9 minutes, and we'll be back with my lady Dawn and I. She's going to go another maybe 15, 20 minutes with me, and then I'll go solo another additional 20 or 30 and answer some more questions. So stick around, round. We'll be right we're back, and per request by Holly's Haunted and Happenings, Ethan Mixel, double helix, rip it, Ethan, rip it, here we go! Yeah, rip it, baby, rip it! Yeah. Yeah, rip it, baby, rip it. Energy up, energy up, energy up, energy up. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Thank you for the lovely background. It's the San Francisco skyline, Queen Helen Casey. All right, settle down, Coach. Settle down, settle down. Yeah. All right, Dawn will be joining me back here for a bit in just a few. But before we get to that, let's get right back to it. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2. Authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. Glad you could all join me here tonight, along with my beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Dawn. If you missed the first part of the show, go back and check out the replay. Dawn was sharing with us what she's been up to the last 4 months. And we're also discussing the road ahead, what's up ahead regarding the content we're going to create. We'll be sharing more about that in a few when she returns. And Holly is loving Double Helix by Ethan Mixel. But just as a reminder, folks, just to make you all aware that my channel here, our channel, the one I run with my lady, and the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas, is primarily funded through crowdfunding and your donations. So if you're able to afford it and you feel it in your heart that you're getting value from the content that you're consuming here, you can make a donation any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. You can do so in one of many ways. You can go to the bottom of the chat and click that $sign and send a super chat or a super sticker. You can also donate via Cash App or PayPal. Nightbot's been sharing our Cash App and PayPal links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $, the real Coach Eli. Also, when this goes to a replay and is done processing, typically it takes, anywhere from 6 to 12 hours to process. You'll see that super thanks on pre-recorded videos and live stream replays. Once they're done processing, you can send a donation in the comments section, and it will highlight your comment there. So you can do that as well. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. All right. Let's bring not only the woman of the hour, but the woman of every hour in my book. Let's welcome back Dawn to the show. Baby, are you there?
I am here.
Wrong screen there. Here we go.
I'm here, baby.
Welcome back, baby.
Hi. I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to abruptly have to take a break like that. But when nature calls, you gotta go pee-pee sometimes.
You know what, baby? On radio stations and, during, other podcasts, they take commercial breaks every 15 minutes. And that gives the host, co-hosts, and guests a chance to use the little boys' room or little girls' room, right?
Yeah.
So we went almost an hour without a break. So I don't blame you. I don't think anyone else does.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We still have 19 people here. Thank you so much for being here. 5 likes. Please smash the thumbs up, folks. We really, really want to get this message out. We are really going to start, Dawn and I are going to start to push really hard to get our positive message out, because to be quite honest with you, we're just really, really, really sick and tired of all the hate in this world. It's not just the hate out here on YouTube. It just seems like it's more so happening on YouTube because it's a platform that everybody, uses, right? And lots of people use it as an outlet. But we really want to take a stronger stance for the rest of 2023 and beyond, and really try to make this world a better place. What are your thoughts about that, sweetheart?
Oh, no, I completely agree. You and I have talked long, long nights about this.
We've talked long and hard about it,
Just
right? Long and hard.
long and hard, long and hard. Some long
Yeah.
nights
Mm-hmm.
talking about how, it's just a sad, sad world we live in that,
Yeah.
things that we did as children can't be done by our children or our grandchildren because it's just not a safe world, or vice versa. Things that our parents were able to do, like buy a house, it's much more affordable back then and
Oh, yeah.
feasible. Now, I can't even imagine how anybody could buy a house out here.
Well, you know
I
what,
don't
babe?
know how my kids are going to do it.
Inflation has hit the entire world. And even for people back east and in the Midwest and South, those people that were able to buy a home for 80,000, 100,000, 120,000, now they can't get a home for under 200,000 or under 300,000. So it's all relative to where you live. And fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it, you and I have lived out here in the Northern California area, especially the Bay Area, all our life. Me all my life, you most of your life. And you're just used to the cost of living. And I did a show the other day, regarding, the economy and inflation and what I think is going to be happening. So go back and check out the recent content of this channel if you need more content to consume once this show is done. Chad, are you still around, bro? Please feel free to comment in the chat. Yeah, I did mention the situation yesterday, and Chad, just so you know, man, I only share things for example purposes because I truly want to help people become the best version of themselves they can be. Same with you, babe. And a lot of times, or every time, it's really hard for people to hear the truth, because the truth it hurts. I hated hearing the truth from my parents in my younger days and other friends that were saying things about me that weren't good. And I would fight them. But the truth of the matter is, looking back 10, 20 years later, now that I've matured more, I can say they were right. And what are your thoughts about that, babe? Sometimes it's really hard to hear tough love, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it absolutely is. But I've said this to you so many times. If I can turn back time, I would go back and listen to every single thing.
If I could turn back time.
Okay, sure. No, if I could, I would listen to everything my father told me to do because I did everything opposite of what he said. And, look at me now. So I would definitely go back and do everything he told me to do the way he said to do it.
Yeah, Chad's here, by the way. Chad, there is a 1 minute delay between what I say here. Hey, my lady says hi. There is a 1 minute delay between what I say here and what goes out. I have that set through my open broadcast software in case, we need to dump the delay before something goes out, if we make a mistake. So if it takes an extra minute or so to respond, just know we will get to your questions. But he says, I'm here, brother. Welcome to the show. Yeah. I've always, I don't know of any other way to help people, babe, besides giving them tough love. Because if I don't share the truth, give them tough love, I feel like I'm blowing smoke up their ass, and that's not going to help anyone. Blowing smoke up their ass.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Go ahead.
No, definitely not. I don't want anything blown up my ass. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think anyone really does. But yeah, But yeah, so it's great to see you here, Chad, and we'll talk, and we will figure out a time to get that show done because Chad has a lot of great information to share about the gig economy and DoorDash. And DoorDash currently is known as one of the top gigs people can do based on the flexibility and the supposed amount of money they can make. But there's been so many changes to the point of where, him and I both feel that it's not even really feasible anymore. I mean, if you want to make a little extra money and do it for a short time like I did, and, you find, you take the right orders and you decline the right orders to stay profitable, I think that's okay. But I honestly just don't think, delivery driving, food driving, and even rideshare, I don't think it's feasible anymore, for a full-time permanent job. And who knows how much longer these companies are going to be around? Who knows how much longer DoorDash is going to be around? You just never know. So my advice has been to everyone: you got to have a backup plan. You got to have a backup plan because it can be taken away in a second, right, babe?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to happen.
That's true. That is true. So babe, and let me know, what do you want to go on? Another maybe 15 to 30 minutes. You see how you feel, and let me know when you're ready to hop off, and then I'll go a little bit longer. And we're not going to go much longer than 45 more minutes or an hour, but we want to answer as many questions as possible and share more about what's coming up in the future. So you mentioned earlier before the break that you want to focus more this year on creating more of a work/personal life balance, so people in marriages or dating relationships are able to do what the purpose of being in a marriage or relationship is all about. It's not just about work. I understand we all have to work to pay the bills and keep a roof over our head and food in our stomachs, right? I get that. But if that's all you're doing and then you never have any time for recreation, then why are you even married and why are you even dating someone, right? What are your thoughts about that, babe?
Oh, I definitely agree with that. That's something, especially nowadays, there are a lot of people that meet at work, they start dating, and then they wind up living together. And now they're living together or they're working together, and they're not finding a balance of when to turn work off and, just shut that off and have just their own lives. It's like you're constantly working all the time, and that's not healthy. And so having to try to find the time to put down the phone or step away from the computer, and just talk about something besides work, and just go do something fun. That's what I want to work on, is for people to be able to do, because there are a lot of people that work with their partners that they live with, So
Yeah. And one other thing I really want to focus on, which I've focused on it in the past, and a lot of people get bored talking about this subject, but it's serious. It's health. And the one thing, and I believe Chad's still here, Chad, the one of the main things that we have in common is, his wife, has similar medical complications like you've been having. And, Chad's been trying to help her, get all that taken care of. And so she's not able to work right now like yourself, until you get cleared by your doctors, which in turn, puts the entire load on him if we're talking about, him. And, we want to create content to share, what options people have, what can they do in these situations to relieve some of the stress, and how to find the right doctors that can help cure the situation as quickly as possible, so then your partner can get back and start contributing to the finances. Because nowadays, I hate to say it, us men, like, this was a challenge for me because I've always been more old school, baby, and I've always wanted to be the provider. And, I did step it up in this situation, but quite honestly, it is very difficult in a
In
marriage,
today's
or if
world.
in today's world, in a marriage, if you're living with somebody, for one side to take the whole financial load. Inflation has gotten so bad to the point of where a single household income is just not good enough anymore. What are your thoughts about that? Is that something that we
I
really need
totally
to go
agree.
into greater detail on? Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's totally right, and that's where a lot of, like, the problems are right now with women having to work and
Mm-hmm.
the whole women's lib out there working and all that crap that
Uh-huh.
you've talked about in the past,
It's not
where
crap, but that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I love you, though. I still love you, but go ahead.
I love you, but you know what I'm talking about.
I sure do.
It's where we don't know, like, women don't know their places because they're trying to be all masculine and stuff. Well, we don't have a choice now because either that or we have our men die on us at an early age of heart attacks or whatever because they're working themselves to death.
Well, you know what the problem
You
is,
know?
babe. It's not the fact that women shouldn't be liberated or shouldn't work. They should have the same rights, and they should work if they want. Right? It's just that
Yeah.
some women will emasculate their men, especially if they're out earning their man. They'll emasculate their man and say, "Oh, I earn more than you," or come on, you can't keep up with the finances," and that's not the right way to look at it, right? What are your thoughts about that?
Say that one more time.
A lot of women nowadays take it a bit too far, and they emasculate, meaning that they criticize their man for not earning as much as them, or if the woman is the head of the household, the provider, it's hard to respect the man, because women have always, in any era, feminism or not, women being liberated or not, women have always looked up to a man for their strength, physical, mental, and emotional strength, and their ability to protect and provide as well, right? And if the woman is the
Okay.
one that's doing all of that, like, how can a woman respect a man? Like, I'm just curious to get your thoughts about that.
Um, I see where you're coming from on that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I just think the women of the world now don't look at it the same way. They don't have that same idea of looking at a man for that because they're being raised now in a time where they need to see, like, they're seeing that their moms are working. And so they're growing up seeing that they can't just depend on a man, that they have to also work as well, that it's like a two-person income, you
Right,
know?
and that's not a problem, and this will lead into what the ghost of Whoosh Whoosh wanted me to ask you. He says, at Coach Eli 2 Authentic Light Streams, can you ask your girlfriend what she meant by women knowing their place? By women knowing their place, that's a great question. What do you mean
When
by
did
that? Women knowing.
when did I say that, and what preference? When did I say that?
You said that just a few minutes ago. You said that women need to know their place in this modern. In other words, you're saying women need to know their place in this modern day and age of feminism, of women's lib. And what he wants to know, what do you feel is a woman's place in the modern world? He's asking because he respects you
Oh,
that you're a good woman. What is her
it's
place?
exactly it is exactly where she is. She should be where she wants to be. If she wants to work, she should work. If she wants to stay home with her family and have children, that's her prerogative. It's just this world has
Mhm.
made it so she can't choose just to stay home and have children now because she won't be able to feed them
Because of
or
inflation.
herself because of inflation, or she
Yeah,
won't be able to
yeah,
put a roof over their heads. Um,
right, right.
so it's tough. Women nowadays are really stuck in between a rock and a hard place because what do we do? Do we still procreate and make the world a better place? Or do we
Yeah,
work and eat and all die? You know?
a lot of women have chosen to not have kids. The birth rate's at an all time low, and a lot of millennial
Yeah.
women have chosen to not have kids because the number one reason is because it would affect their career. And there is truth to that, but is that the way life was meant to be lived? Do you want to make it all about work, or do you want to have a family? Or can you balance both? That's what we want to figure out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we want to look into and help people figure out how to balance both of those.
Right.
Factors.
Absolutely.
Balance them without having like nannies and all these other people raising your kids.
And I think what more so Whoosh Whoosh was trying to say, without having a power struggle of masculinity versus femininity, right? Or the woman acting more masculine than the man and then shaming them for it, right? Go ahead.
Yes. And I don't think in any relationship anybody should shame anybody for whatever they bring in money-wise, because if you're bringing it in, like, you're bringing it into the family, and so nobody should shame anybody. It's all a collective thing, but I understand it happens, and yes, women can be evil. We can be really vile at times and nasty with our words, and if we do make more money than our man, and he's pissing us off, then we will go that route and be evil and mean. It's not right. I'm not saying it's right.
Real quick, I will get back to Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now, forever, and always. With the $1.99 super chat in the chat, she says, "Hey, Coach Eli. Hey, yay. Rosie. Thank you. Big round of applause for Rosie."
Rosie.
And Rosie, I'm not sure if you're still a moderator here or not. If not, I will get with you and Lewis behind the scenes, and we can remoderate her. We won't do it tonight, but it's been a while since we've done some shows, and I had to make some changes. But welcome. Queen Helen Casey says, sometimes women are not allowed to work because of the abusive men. Yeah.
Or another point.
Go ahead, Dave.
That's another great point to make, Queen. Sometimes they're not allowed to do anything because their men at home literally don't let them go out.
Yeah. They're controlling
because of their own insecurities.
Yeah, I don't think, in my eyes, there's nothing wrong. I've never had a problem with women being liberated, having equal rights, or working. What I've had a problem is with women that are not able to balance their work and personal life, and in between relationships, even before. Oh, she's a mod. Yeah, you're a mod. You're still a mod. Eli, I finally got the ignore the haters down. That's because I got extra help. Good, Rosie, stick around because we'll talk about that next. Okay, and you're still a mod. She's been a mod. It just when you on the super chats, it won't show your wrench. I don't know why. But anyway, thank you again for your $1.99 super chat, Rosie. Greatly appreciated. So it's not about women having, the equal rights, like I said, and working.
No, we're over all that.
It's about them being able to balance out their work and personal life. And like I said before, I met you in between relationships. I was talking to other women, and a lot of these women, they wanted to meet, but they're like, well, I'm going to be busy the next 2 to 3 weeks. I've got work. I've got this with work and that with work. And it always ended up being, work. And I'm like, if you can't find even 1 hour to briefly meet with me for a walk at the park to see if we have chemistry over the next 3 weeks, then I'm done. Because that's just someone that's just someone that either isn't really that into you, has a low level of interest, or maybe into you, but really doesn't have their schedule. They don't have their schedule in order. Their schedule is all over the place. And do you want to date someone, a man or a woman, that doesn't have their schedule or life in order? Right?
No.
How are they going to treat you if they can't manage their own life? How can they be good in the relationship? Right, babe? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's something I really look for when I started dating again, is somebody that had like pretty much a balance of, like, they knew what they were doing, like a time. This is what I usually do, or schedule, I would say, and could balance stuff and put time aside for the dates and things to do, because I couldn't just like wait around for somebody and for whenever they were ready,
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
just wasn't what I was going to do at this point in my life. Oh,
Yeah.
I did this one good, babe.
I think, what's that, babe?
I finished this one and I did good.
You finished this.
My
What did you?
my my paper here that I was working on.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Cool. You're a great multitasker, baby. Great multitasker.
Thank you.
So let's talk about let's talk about this, and then once we talk about this, if you have anything else you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. And if not, then I'll let you get off, and I'll stay on another 15, 20 minutes and wrap it up. But Rosie again just mentioned, and thanks again for your $1.99 super chat, Rosie. That's greatly appreciated. She goes, Eli, I finally got to ignore the haters down. That's because I got extra help. Well, what kind of help did you get, Rosie? If you don't mind, because I've been trying, and so has my lady. We've been trying, and many other people here at the Coach Eli clan. We've been trying to really help people learn how to better handle trolls and haters on YouTube and other social media platforms. And again, it's not easy because when I first came on this platform 6 years ago, I didn't even know what a troll was. And when I started getting trolled, I didn't even know what was happening. It was with my ex-girlfriend, Babe, and we were running this stream, and she was my only moderator. And I got bombarded by this group called it was like a Buddha raid, that it was a Buddhist group. I can't remember what it was called. And they all came in and they started just putting Buddha raid in the chat. And I'm like, well, I mean, hey, if you believe in Buddha, that's up to you. No problem. I'm not going to question your beliefs. That's your own choice. But I'm like, what the hell is this? And people were telling me, you need more mods. You're getting trolled and this. I'm like, what's a troll? Like, are you kidding me? You don't know what a troll is? No, I've never dealt with this amount of drama in my life. Right. And so, it's for most people, when they first come onto social media and participate or become a content creator or try to be an influencer, it's something that takes them by surprise. And most people will get run off the platform. A lot of people thought that, they were going to run me off the platform. What they didn't know is that I have really thick skin. I've had really thick skin in real life for quite some time, for decades now. But that's not good enough for YouTube. I learned that you have to have thick skin or tough skin times 10. And the more and more I experienced and the more heartache I went through and kept coming back, I kept getting knocked down, but kept coming back. It's like the story of Rocky. Remember Rocky, baby? You keep getting knocked down and you get knocked down, you keep getting back up, which is what I'm trying to say.
I get knocked down. Uh-huh.
But I get up again, Chumbawamba, right?
Yep. Chumbawamba,
right? You get knocked down, you keep coming back. And I remember, a bunch of my trolls and haters back then were saying, man, we've come at Eli, people have come at Eli, but he just keeps going. He just keeps going. He just keeps going. And he's still here 6 years later. Yeah, I'm still here. I've still got, my main channel has been monetized for over 3.5 years now. This channel has been monetized. It'll be almost, it'll be a year and a few months or so that it got monetized. Yeah, you basically learn to understand. I think in order to be able to deal with trolling and survive on social media, you have to understand why trolls do what they do. And the reason why trolls do what they do is because, they envy you. They wish they could be you. They see something in you that they wish they could have or be, right? Because if they were at your level or at a greater level than you, why would they try to knock you down? Why? They would be happy. They're miserable people. Go ahead, babe.
They obviously have nothing. They obviously have nothing better to do in their lives. Or they have nobody in their lives because, when the workday is done, the last thing I'm going to sit here and do is get on YouTube and talk about other people, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's my thing is like, is your life that boring? Like that's what you have to do after work? Or is that your
Yeah. Yeah.
job? Is that's all you got to do? Like that's just pathetic to me. Like,
Go ahead, babe.
no, I'm just, yeah, it just makes me kind of just sick.
Holly's
You
Hauntington
know,
Happening says, and she's a channel member too and moderator. Thank you for continuing to be a channel member, Holly. Have a good night, everyone. I'm losing the battle here. Well, yeah, it's 9:47 p.m. Pacific. It's 12:47 a.m. Eastern time
love
where
you,
Holly's at.
girl.
It's already Sunday there. We love you, Holly, and we'll talk with you probably tomorrow. Thank you for being here, Holly. We greatly appreciate you. And say hello to your husband, Mike, and your wonderful kids. And again, thank you. God bless you. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube, now and forever and always. Now forever and always, I mean. I get a distraction like my game I play all the time, and I play my game on StreamYard and let my mods take care of them. So if you have any online games, play them. Yeah, you do what makes you happy. Like, see, my version of online games, Rosie, is doing the coaching thing and helping people work through whatever they're struggling with. Because I'm going to be 50 in December, so I've pretty much experienced almost everything that could possibly happen to people, and I've struggled through a lot of those things, and I learned how to overcome those things. So my therapy to myself, and what fuels me and makes me happy to work past all the crap, is to come out here and try to help people that truly appreciate, need the help, and want the help, and are open to the help. Like, what are your thoughts about that, babe?
No, that's I don't have thoughts. That's what those are your feelings, hon. You own it.
Yeah, absolutely. We still have 18 people here. Thank you so much for being here, folks. We're probably going to be wrapping this up real soon. So hopefully that answers, or is a good response for you, Rosie. And yeah, I'm seeing that you're in a better place, and I see you've done a lot of work on yourself. My lady's done a lot of work on herself over the last 4, 5, 6 months. I mean, I gotta ask you this, babe.
What?
If we go, and Rosie, I see your question there. I'll get to it in just a minute here. I'll read your next, actually your comment. If we go back almost a year when you started creating content with me, compared to now, almost a year later, being on this show, do you feel a world of difference? And what is the difference, if any?
Yeah.
That's a great question, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I feel so much different. Like I was nervous. I was nervous as all get up before because there was so much we didn't want to share because we didn't want me to, you know, give too much away. So I was always scared I was going to say too much. And that's because of the people that don't know how to behave themselves. You know, you have to protect your family, your children, your loved ones. And that's all I was trying to do. I was
Yeah,
getting into
yeah.
a new relationship that I didn't know what was going to happen. So in the beginning, I had to protect my kids. There was no other choice in it. And if y'all don't understand that, then there's something wrong with y'all.
Well, you have the mama bear effect. Most good
Oh,
moms do.
yeah.
The mama bear effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So, if anybody doesn't understand that, then I apologize. But yeah, that's the reason I didn't come out right away. So I was trying to protect my children. Um, but it is what it is now. And I'm not angry. I'm not ashamed. I'm a happy girl. That's
Yeah,
all I can say. I'm a happy,
yeah,
happy girl.
yeah. If there's one takeaway at the top of your list regarding this whole experience in sharing your truth out here on practically the largest platform in the world. I mean, YouTube's bigger than all other media outlets. A lot of people are saying it's TikTok now, but no. TikTok has a lot of issues. I even heard, I think there's one state that's banned TikTok. Can't remember which one it is. I'm going to look further into that. I'll probably do a video on that. But right here, YouTube, this is the place to share anything and everything. And this is where you want to be. And that's why I say it's important to follow the rules and not get removed from this platform, because if you lose access to this platform, it's going to be hard to make it on other platforms, because even if you use other platforms, you use YouTube to shift people over to those platforms, right?
Yeah.
So what is your one biggest takeaway on this whole experience, sharing your truth on YouTube, baby? If you had to name one thing. That's the $1 billion question, huh? You know I asked those hard questions, right, baby?
Yeah. The one takeaway.
Chad, if you're still around, dude, are you sure you still want to do an interview with me, dude? Because I get down to business, brother. I have a lot of love for people, but I get down to business. Go ahead, babe.
I'm wondering how to say this appropriately. That's my thing, is that what I've learned is how to actually become a stronger person and realize that not everybody's opinion matters.
Right.
And, I am who I am, and I need to just be okay with that.
Right.
And, that's what that's taught me. I mean, I mentioned the whole high school thing. Yeah, we go through that as kids. We're bullied and picked on as kids. But like this, having it being done by men in their 50s, men in their 40s, men in their 60s, my good God. Like, give me a break. I couldn't imagine my dad being on the computer doing this stuff, sitting there making videos like this. Like, my dad is a grown ass man and he doesn't have time. He actually works, and well, he's retired right now, but still, he has better things to do even retired than that. So I don't understand this whole thing. And so it has really humbled me in a sense of knowing there's a whole nother world out there.
Yeah. In other words, what you were saying, baby, and I've been trying to preach this for years. And once people can truly learn to accept this one thing about themselves and other people in life in general, it'll change your life, and your life will become a million times better. It's the phrase, the only opinion of yourself that really matters is your own. Again, the only opinion of yourself that matters or really matters is your own, right? So what that's saying is that other people are going to have opinions about you. That doesn't mean they're facts. Maybe some of them are factual. Maybe some of them are opinions. Maybe, and I think most of them are projections of insecurities of people wishing they could be like you or somewhat like you, or they're lacking something, right? And until you as an individual, human being, male or female, can understand and accept that the only opinion of yourself that matters is your own, you're going to struggle, not only on YouTube, but in real life too, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm really proud that you mentioned that. Like, I'm blown away because, look, my lady and I, we talked a little bit about this show, but we always go raw and on the fly. She didn't know I was going to ask her this question. And
that's why it took me a second.
Right. But if we were doing this a year ago where you didn't have the experience that you have now, a year later, this question might not have been able, you might have said, well, let me get back to you next show. But you sat there for a second, all cool and calm and collected. And, and then you answered it like as best as possible. I mean, I'm not saying I think that was the right answer, but who am I to say what the right answer is for you? I'm just saying that's exactly, what I've been trying to help people with. And I'm really glad that, you've learned that and you become stronger, and, none of this stuff phases you anymore. Let people talk. Let people say what they want to say. That doesn't mean it's true. And I've also learned this, babe. If you're going to sit there and try to defend yourself against, every single opinion someone makes, especially if they're not good opinions of you, you're going to be wasting time from focusing on the positive stuff that's going to move you forward in all other ways. So I'm really
and the
glad to see
people that you love. You're going to take time away from the people you love.
Right, and you may end up risk losing those good people that want to support you if you enthrall yourself in endless nonsensical drama or allow crappy people's opinions of you to get to you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really, really proud to hear you say that. We are at 1 hour and 36 minutes. We're going to wrap this up soon. And babe, I think I'm going to wrap this up with you here. Is there anything else that you want to mention before we go off the air? I think it was a really good show tonight. There's so much more coming to this channel. Oh, I was going to read, before we get that, let me read Rosie's. Hold on, there's some other comments here. Rosie says, and if I go live on mobile, I ignore them by letting my mods block them. Good. Or going on my bike, says Rosie. Queen Helen Casey says, I am always after the chew toys on Facebook. LOL, they don't like hearing the truth. Yeah, Queen, you've always cracked me up.
That.
See, Queen is the one. She is the one person on this channel, or on my channels here, that has never lost a mod wrench. And same with you, babe.
Never once.
Queen's been around longer
than I have. Yes.
Than everyone. Queen's been around the absolute longest here, and I've got a lot of respect for you, Queen. You're just what I love about you. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You're very unique. You're highly opinionated, and you stick to your guns, and you don't care what anyone says about you. And, Queen I remember back in the days when some people that were trolling me started to troll Queen Helen Casey, and she did like some long 2-3 hour live streams, and she called these people out. And I just, I was working on some other things in my home office, babe, but I was moderating Queen's chat because they were just trolling the living shit out of her. It was hilarious, but she stood up to them. And then, boom, kept moving forward, and just, more so earned my respect. Rosie Wren says, yes, I feel different. I was scared that I'd get trolled on other panels last year, but one of my mods helped me with the haters getting reported to the police. Yeah, and here's the thing, YouTube, Rosie, and here's the thing, I used to be very, very big on flagging and reporting things and taking people down for copyright for using my content, right? And I'd say probably about a year ago, or a little less than a year ago, but maybe a year ago, I said I'm just not going to even report stuff anymore, copyright or community guideline violations, right? Or, policy violations, right? And ever since I started doing that, it freed up a lot more time for me to shift that energy into creating better content and doing more productive things with my time and being in a better mindset at that point. And so, that's, you just got to ignore, like I used to threaten to call the police on people or get restraining orders and do all that. And quite honestly, all that does is give these people more of what they want. And so the best thing to do is just ignore, block, ignore, and keep moving forward while focusing on your truth and your purpose. Right, baby?
Yeah. Absolutely, baby.
Queen Helen Casey says, I stayed busy. That's why. I know you're getting tired, babe. So I'm going to open up the floor to you for final thoughts or anything else you want to mention about what's coming up in the future. Oh, no. I'm
going to keep them on their toes.
Oh.
Keep them on their toes. Keep them waiting.
Oh, so you're not going to mention the future of the content you'll be doing with me right here on Coach Eli too, and maybe some pre-recorded stuff on the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. By the way, if you look at the bottom, right corner here of the quad screen, that's my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias, Melas. It's where I do the pre-recorded content now. Before I got this channel monetized, I was doing live streams and pre-recorded content there. But once this channel got monetized, I moved all the live streams here to Coach Eli too. And the main channel, it's just pre-recorded stuff, some YouTube shorts, and members-only content. A lot more that's coming soon. We've got some shorts that we're going to be working on. And my lady and I, what we want to do, and you folks let us know in the chat or on the replay in the comment section, you let us know. Would you like to see more personal stuff when my lady and I go out, in short format? Would you like to see, more of our dogs? We still want to create the actual coaching content, but we want to share more of who we are and how we live our life and inspire you folks to, hopefully enjoy life in a happy way like we do. Like, what are your thoughts about that, sweetheart?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to get feedback, figure out what the audience wants, and that's what we want to give them.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Anything else, baby?
I'm excited. No, I'm excited. It's almost like a new venture starting again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this and to see where this will go.
Yeah, absolutely, baby. All right. Anything else, baby, before I put you backstage and you can get off? And I'm going to go another 2 minutes or so.
I just want to thank everybody that was here and supported us. And who was it? It was Rosie for the super chat. I'm sorry to think back in my head for a second. But yeah, thank you for everybody being here. And I hope everybody has a good night and a good rest of their weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I forgot to update the channel donation fund to $1.99. Thank you again, Rosie, for your $1.99 super chat. Much love. All right, baby. And yeah, I'll probably end up doing a Walking with Purpose stream tomorrow.
Yay.
Yeah, it'll probably be in the afternoon. I know you and I have a couple errands to run in the morning and stuff like that. But yeah, probably do a Walking with Purpose stream at some point tomorrow. Folks, I'm going to be doing a lot more content here. I'm getting back to pretty much, doing this as my full-time thing. The more crowdfunding that comes into support it, the more content I can create. I really want to keep doing this, but to be honest, at the same time, your donations, would be greatly appreciated because that would help, allow me to do this more. So that is that. All right, baby. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. Give me a few minutes.
Oh, thank you for having me. Appreciate it, baby.
Of course, baby. All right, babe. Say goodbye to everyone.
Alrighty. Goodbye. I love you, baby.
I love you too. See you in a few. All right. All right. So that was my lady, Dawn. And that was a great show. I'm glad you could all join me here and join us here tonight. I'll tell you this. First and foremost, I just feel blessed to be alive. I feel blessed to still have good family around, my brother, my mother, my aunt, cousin, to have a wonderful woman like Dawn in my life. She'd been through some stuff, and so have I. And for her to stand by me through a lot of the crazy stuff we dealt with offline and online in the last year and a half says a lot about her character and who she is. And if you're a single man or woman and you've been trying to find a good person, stick around because we're going to do some more dating topics too. I'm a business and personal success coach, life coach, etc. And I want to help you folks, get what you want in life so you can, be more happy and healthy than you already are. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.